President Obama was in Detroit today to visit the auto show. He also spoke to the UAW and addressed the water crisis that is happening in Flint. I got the first 10 minutes of his speech for you, so here it is and hope you enjoy it.
He was my friend and supporter before just about anybody else out there, and then when I ran for president. By that time, we'd made some great friends in the UAW, and so I just want to say how proud I am to call him a friend. Your UAW president, Dennis Williams. And give it up for Cindy for that outstanding introduction. That's your mom? That's her. Are you proud of your mom? Oh, look at it. Well, you're like out of a TV show. What are you, like a child actor or something? Look at him. He's all handsome, all, yeah. All right, Cindy is a pretty impressive young man. I want to pick up briefly on something that Cindy said. And that is just to talk for a second about what's happening in Flint. You know, I am very proud of what I've done as president. But the only job that's more important to me is the job of father. And I know that if I was a parent up there, I would be beside myself that my kid's health could be at risk. And that's why over the weekend I declared a federal emergency in Flint to send more resources on top of the assistance that we've already put on the ground. We designated a federal coordinator to make sure the people of Flint get what they need from their country. Yesterday, I met with Mayor Weaver in the White House in the Oval Office. And I told her that we are going to have her back and all the people of Flint's back as they work their way through this terrible tragedy. It is a reminder of why you can't shortchange basic services that we provide to our people, and that we together provide as a government to make sure that public health and safety is preserved. But I have come to Detroit for another reason as well. I already drive in a great American car, which we affectionately know as the Beast. Next year, I've got to give it up. I'm saying goodbye to the Beast. So I figured that I needed to do a little browsing now at the Detroit Auto Show. I know they've got auto shows in Paris and Frankfurt and Tokyo, but there's only one Motor City. There's only one Detroit. And if you're looking for the world's best cars and the workers who make those cars, you need to be in Detroit, Michigan. That's why I'm here. It says GT6, CT6. All right. Well, I'm looking at all of them now. All right, I got the idea. I'm not going to tell y'all what I'm buying now. Now, I will say the Cherokee was my first new car I ever bought. Somebody was asking me. I didn't get a new car until I was like 32. I always had an old beat up, hoop. But my first brand new car with a brand new car smell was a Jeep Cherokee. And I thought I was a bad man once I was in that car. I was all up high looking at the road. Man. I could not be prouder of this industry and the road that we've traveled together. And I'm proud of each and every one of you. Think about what you've fought through. It wasn't that long ago that a crisis that started on Wall Street sparked a great recession on Main Street, and it cost millions of Americans their jobs, their homes, the savings that they had worked a lifetime to build. Nearly 1 in 5 auto workers got a pink slip. Laid off from a job in an iconic industry that had been a ticket to the middle class for generations. And across the Midwest, plants closed with little hope of reopening. So the American auto industry, the beating heart of American manufacturing, was flatlining. That's where we were when I took office 7 years ago today. The year before I took office, the auto industry had laid off 400,000 people. 400,000. And we had a choice to make. With the economy in a free fall, the market's frozen, there were no private companies, there were no private investors who were going to step up and take a chance on it. So we could have kept on handing over billions of taxpayer dollars to automakers, but things didn't change and it just got worse. That would have just kicked the can down the road. Or we could have done nothing, thrown in the towel, walked away from this industry entirely, and a lot of folks suggested we do that. They deny it later, but that's what they said at the time. You know, think about what that would have meant for America. GM and Chrysler would not exist today. Suppliers and distributors that get their business from those companies would have died off. And when that happened, Ford could have gone down too, because those supplier chains are vital to all 3 industries, or all 3 companies. Production stopped, factories shuttered, proud companies chopped up, sold off for scraps, and all of you, the men and women who build these companies with your hands, would have been hung out to dry. More than 1 million Americans would have lost their jobs at the worst possible time. Not just auto workers, but the people and communities that depend on you, the teachers who teach your kids, the small business owners who know your name. Their livelihoods were at stake as well. So we decided we're not going to let that happen. And we came up with another option. In exchange for help, we demanded responsibility. We said that the auto industry would have to truly change, not just pretend like it was changing. The industry retooled, it restructured. Management and labor got together to settle your differences. Everybody put some skin in the game. Everybody sacrificed for the sake and survival of this industry. And it wasn't popular. It wasn't even popular in Detroit. It wasn't even popular in Michigan. But I said at the time, I didn't run for president to be popular. I ran for president to do what needed to be done. And I placed my bet on you. And after visiting auto plants across the Midwest and seeing what you have done firsthand, let me tell you, I'd make that same bet any day of the week, because today factories are humming, business is booming, the American auto industry is all the way back. All the way back. Seven years ago, auto sales hit a 27-year low. Last year, they hit an all-time high. Across the country, workers who thought that they'd never make another car again can't make them fast enough. You guys see it. New shifts are coming on. Big 3 are starting to boost wages. Since our kicked in, the American auto industry has added more than 640,000 new jobs. And because everybody came together and everybody worked together, not only are you producing more cars, but they're some of the most high-tech, most fuel-efficient, best-looking cars in the world. They're designed and engineered and forged and built right here in the United States of America.